Howdy. How we doing, guys? Lovely. What do you guys got for me today? Anybody want to hear a riddle?
You are 25.
No, I mean, your question come before my riddle. That's fine. I know like the hierarchy here. You can go first.
Riddle us this.
Riddle us up.
Riddle.
Let's see. This one's actually from Cam. I look like a cat and I act like a cat, but I'm not a cat. What am I? Yes. That guy's got a kitten. It's beautiful. Anyone hear the one I did yesterday? This one's decent. I got this from one of our intern athletic trainers. If you throw me out of a window, I'm a grieving widow. If you put me in a door, I save a life. What am I? Na 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 na. The letter N. If you take it out of a window, it's a widow. If you put in a door, you're a donor. You save a life. All right, questions. What's up, guys? You were excited.
Yes.
You get to go first.
I think you're 25 days away from the opener.
Who's
17
counting?
I'm counting.
Okay.
17 from like taking off to Australia.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on being ready for week 1?
Like I've said, I have a chance. We're running around a lot, hitting top speeds. Hopefully we're back in pads practicing sooner than later. Just trying to check the boxes and not be a dumbass is what I would say.
For heading back to practice?
I do, yes. No. You can ask Kyle Shanahan if you want to. Oh, yeah, I got to keep you guys on your toes. Can't just give you all the information. You guys got to do your investigative journalism.
A unique Achilles tear since it was higher up.
Mm-hmm.
What other athletes have you talked to that did the same comeback that you're doing?
Did the exact same? Not a lot, but like I've had plenty of people who have had like Achilles injuries that I've had brief conversations with. Sherman was one of the big ones, and just talked about like the rehab process and how you have to just be. Everyone basically told me that look, as soon as you get out of the cast, which is like 10, 14 days, whatever that is. Like the next 8 weeks, the most important part of it. And like if you build a strong foundation, get your calf muscle back, get your strength back, then you're allowed to train faster and get your body ready faster. And so, we dominated those 8 weeks. They had a really good rehab, had a great plan from Ella Trosh to his PT, Heather and her team, my guy Jorge down in Nashville, and then the team. It's been a great team effort, and I feel like we've knocked it out of the park.
I remember Sherm talking about just kind of how excruciating some of those small minutia things that you have to do, like picking up marbles with
It's the most boring rehab in the world.
How did you kind of help yourself get through that part that's...
I mean, it was actually when Ella Trosh told me that I had a chance to play week 1, as long as I took it, did everything I was supposed to do, it was pretty easy to light a fire every single day. But yes, no, it is the most boring rehab in the entire world. It's how many seated calf raises and standing calf raises can you do in a day, basically for 18 weeks. So, and then I got to start walking and running again, which is a little bit more exciting. But no, it was a very boring rehab, but it's pretty consistent. Just do the same thing every single day.
How many calf raises are you doing?
All of them.
How many were you doing at the beginning?
Oh my gosh! I mean, literally, I got cut out of a cast, and I was doing marble pickups and like calf raises, seated, but like literally within 10 minutes of taking my cast off, which is pretty incredible. Yeah, no, it was very aggressive. And looking back on it, I was like, it's pretty crazy because I went from being able to put any pressure on it to I'm running routes. It's pretty cool to see.
Your GPS times or whatever you guys use, are those?
I'm hitting the numbers that I need to hit. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Yeah, we're getting there. Pretty close.
Did Elatrash give like a case precedent for somebody coming back this quick?
Like a specific person. Well, the cool thing is like the PT team that he uses down in LA. So like they've rehabbed hundreds of Achilles and like all the surgeries he's ever done. And so they basically showed me the people who had done it right and the people who didn't do it right. And basically like showed me all the red flags. Like, hey, if you do this, but you don't do this, like you can tell, like the biggest thing is like once you get back to running, people stop doing all their strength stuff. And so then like their calf strength stays about, like you got to be under like 10% of equal in strength. And if you're not under that, like that's how you get hurt again. Like there have been guys who've torn their Achilles, come back, and then as soon as they come back, they get hurt somewhere else. And so it's just trying to get back to equal as quickly as you can before you go out there and start doing stuff.
When you get to certain points athletically, how do you build up that physical callus, or do you have it? And
Well, I mean, like to build back up your physical callus of playing football. I mean, you just got to play football. So I mean, that's why hopefully I'm in pads sooner than later because I don't want my first time to be in pads traveling to Australia because I just don't think that'd be a very smart idea. So these next couple of weeks or everything that'll depend if and that will let me know if I'm ready to play week 1 or not.
Expect that if you're playing week 1, you'll be on that plane in Australia, and if you're not, you'll stay back here in rehab?
I would assume so. I mean, that probably makes the most sense. I would assume.
Has your playing weight been the same throughout your career, and do you want it to drop down now that you've had this injury?
Let's see. My senior year of college, I played at 260. My rookie year, I played at 250, and then ever since then, I've been about 242. And right now I'm 245. So yeah, I mean, feeling good about it. I feel very skinny if I'm under 240 and I can't block people, so it's kind of my job. So I got to stay over 240.
When you say you try to keep them even, you mean your legs? They need to
The
be
calves.
Calves. And
Yeah, I mean, like we have all these different force plates, all that stuff that you can like do calf strength, and so you can measure how equal they are, whether your output and stuff like that, and you need to keep them, whether it's like just a hard push, how quickly can you get to top strength. There's all these different tests that you do, and if those aren't like close enough, then you have a higher chance of re-hurting something else. Like if you don't build up your calf, then your knees are, you have a potential to do something with your knees, and so you just want to get that all back, so then by the time you get back to playing, you feel as normal as possible.
George, you mentioned not wanting to be a dumbass.
Yes, that is something I strive for every day. Trust me, my wife tells me. I try so hard.
Just let go of that. It's fine. But I mean, how much of that is because elite athlete, you have this goal, week 1, week 1. Do you think it's going to be difficult if you have to let go of that and say, okay, I just can't do it, just because you have to look out for yourself, and obviously the doctors are talking to you and all that?
I mean, yes and no. Like I want to play in every football game that I possibly can play in, but I'm also aware it's an 18-week season, and so hey, if you miss week 1 and you're playing week 2, hey, like it is what it is. So no, I mean, I'm just going to keep that, as my goal, and then we'll adjust from there if we need to. But, I still believe that. My team still believes that. My surgeon still believes that I have a chance. So just keep attacking it.
Relentless positivity is how Clay described you.
Yes.
All the time.
Yeah, why not?
No, I'm not judging it. Was there a point during this process, which tends to be a long one, where you weren't always positive, that you had some of your down moments?
No. I mean, I always think about it. It could be worse, Hey, it could have not been a high tear. It could have been down low where I had to drill through my heel bone, and that adds like a month plus to your recovery. I've had the intention since, I had the surgery to play week 1, and that, like I said, it's very easy to light a fire under you. I golfed 6 rounds at Bandon Dunes 8 weeks after surgery, so I think that's pretty cool. That was actually the first thing I thought of after I got hurt was this is going to really mess up my golf game this offseason. But I actually played the best golf of my life, so I was pretty excited about that, the things that are actually important. But no, it's like I said, it's very easy for me to stay motivated. So I had a great time.
George, last year you guys didn't run the ball as efficiently, I'm sure, as you wanted.
No, we didn't.
And you changed out a lot of the receivers, and there's a lot more speed. Does more speed at wide receiver, do you think, change the way teams will defend you guys and make it easier to run, maybe?
I mean, anytime you had Mike Evans to the outside, it's not like they can really, stuff the box, because at any moment you can just throw a go ball. So like most corners are going to need help over the top. So hopefully we're not really playing with 8 to 9 guys in the box in every single snap. I think that'll help. Yeah, but speed always helps, because if the safeties have to be, play a little bit deeper, they're not as quick to, fill. And I think that'll just make it a little bit easier on our offensive line, our tight ends, our running back. And then the more Brock gets comfortable with the offense and can get us out of, bad run plays and do a better run play or even a pass play, I think the run game is going to definitely take another step in the right direction this year and not be 3.8 yards.
How long will it take you to, knock off rust, kind of reestablish your rapport with Brock? You've been playing with him since 2022. I mean, do you anticipate that being a challenge?
Not necessarily. He's good at throwing me the ball. I think we'll pick that up pretty quickly. But, I mean, like, just hardest thing really is just football conditioning, because you can run as much as you possibly want, and it's not football. So whole goal is just to, get the pads back on, get a helmet on, and just go run around in circles until I feel like I'm in good shape.
What's Mike Evans like behind the scenes?
Loves Harry Potter. I think he's been listening to a Harry Potter book on Audible every single morning this entire training camp. I call him Mike Evans because I still can't believe he's Mike Evans and he's here in the locker room. Pinch myself every day I see him. think he's getting annoyed of that. He goes, I'm just Mike. I'm like, no, you're Mike Evans. You can't trick me. But he's fantastic. He's awesome. Talks to everybody, sits at every lunch table, tries to talk to somebody new every single day. Mike's everything you want in a vet.
Is he pretty vocal or quiet? Like, how would you describe sort of his?
I think he's vocal when he needs to be, but at the same time, he's just trying to learn the offense and get in tune with Brock and, everything that we want him to do. So I've heard him be vocal, but at the same time, he's behind the scenes, which is, like most vets, who are on a new team.
Have you seen Jake and Luke round out their games? I feel like Jake came in viewed as this prototypical receiving tight end, and Luke as the blocker.
Yeah.
Over the process of them being in the building and seeing them grow up, what have you noticed?
I think Jake's done a great job. I think he's having a really solid camp. His intent in the run game has gotten really, really good. You can actually put him out there, and he's not just like a skinny tight end who you only run routes. He can actually help in the run game. That's gotten so much better. He does a good job in the pass pro game. And then I think Luke's just having an absolutely stellar camp. I think he looks like a completely different player. His confidence in the offense is fantastic, and he's just out there making plays every single day. He's running better. That's what anybody that was like hard on Luke last year for, maybe not living up to expectations. I'm just like, name one skill player who's coming to our offense in year one and played at a high level. Like really, besides Emmanuel Sanders in 2019, and maybe you can count Trent Williams. He's not really a skill player, even though he moves like one. But like everybody struggles in their first year because it's such a complex offense, and what we require you to do as a tight end is everything. And so I think he just has the offense more under his belt. He has a better understanding of it, gives him confidence to play fast and not think. And I think Luke's going to have a fantastic season this year.
You and Juice walked by the 10-year wall. No. Have you and Juice walked by the 10-year wall and just kind of let that soak in what this year is going to mean to both of you?
Absolutely. I absolutely love it.